play Ruiz. I spoke to someone earlier and they actually were quite adamant that Ruiz was going to win again, and I completely disagreed. But
so do I.
It's tricky. It's fucking tricky because
I reckon that in the last fight, despite what he says to himself and what he's saying to the press, AJ was not himself. He did not command the centre ring. He looked like a bad version of himself. And I think he still, before the KO, was winning the fight on points. So I reckon... bear in mind they're in neutral territory.
No way.
He'd already had the knockdown. But before he got knocked down, he wasn't winning the fight
Up until the first knockdown, everything was going AJ.
That's what I'm saying.
And then...
And he only got knocked down, was the next round or the round after?
No, it was the same round.
Oh, yes, that's what I'm saying. So up until knockdown, he was winning. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, up until AJ's knocked down, completely fine. And then Ruiz hit AJ with that left hand.
Yeah, then after that, it all changed.
Yeah, after that.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying up until the knockdown, even though he was shit than he normally is, he was winning the fight on points. So I reckon...
I don't even think he was necessarily shitter than he normally was.
I reckon,
yeah.
I've watched...
I don't feel like it was that...
I thought he was poor.
No, because
it's been a while. I think, who was the last fight I saw him where he didn't... It might have been Takam. Was the last fight I saw him fight where he didn't have the control in the centre of the ring that he normally has. Yeah, but it's only in this fight.
AJ's not as technically good as...
No, he's not. But he knows how to use his size and strength very well.
Yeah.
And it makes him a hard opponent to fight. But I do agree with the fact that I think he's been clocked by a punch that's rocked him, and I don't think that opportunity comes all the time. He's opened himself up to a scrap in that fight that he shouldn't have, and I think because he's fought him now and he knows what he's against, I don't think he's going to let that happen. I think he's going to be happy now to ride the fight out from a distance and just win it on points. I don't think he's going to go for a scrap.
My thing is, I think...
Why are you smiling?
There's about 3 times I was just going to rip on you for no reason.
I think Wilder got in his head. I think Wilder got in his head.
It might not have necessarily been Wilder. Everything about Wilder got into his head, I think.
Do you know what
not necessarily Wilder himself.
Do you know what they should do?
His performance 2-3 weeks earlier, where he's just spanked Brazil in like 20 seconds. Yeah. So AJ's thought, I've got to make a statement as well.
That
was why he rushed in too early on Ruiz.
I don't know. He just looked. This didn't look right to me. The whole fucking time he just looked weird.
But then, all right, Sam. So say when AJ rushed into Ruiz the second time after the first knockdown. Say he won the fight. Then no one would be giving a shit about him first 2 rounds. No, they'd just be like, oh, it was AJ.
They wouldn't. The analysts and the commentators in future looking back, it'll probably say what I said. He didn't look his best, but he still won. That's a championship mentality.
I don't even think they would.
No, I don't think they would.
It would have been a third round knockout. They'd just been like, yeah, AJ, like singing his praises.
Yeah,
because I don't think he, looking at them first 2 rounds, like you say, he won both of them and he was looking fine. And then in the halfway through the third round, he's put Ruiz down. Like, this is a heavyweight world title fight.
Yeah,
like it was all going fine, and then he's just rushed in too early after that.
It just seemed out of his element. I don't know.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think, like, obviously, boxing's a different sport where, say, in football, if a centre-back makes a mistake, everything that goes on after that, if they can see the goal, that's not going to impact their future ability to judge shit and make mistakes. AJ just made a error of judgment, so he's rushed in when Ruiz wasn't properly hurt enough. Yeah. And then
he's been clocked.
Ended up getting concussed.
That's what I'm saying, though. I don't think he's going to make that mistake again. I think he's going to be happy to ride out the fight.
Completely agree with you.
I don't think he's going to care about putting on a spectacle this time around. Like you said, because he saw Wilder knock out Brazil, like just popping, bang, game over. I think he's going to come into that fight thinking, I don't really care how I win. So I don't care if it goes 12 rounds and I'll just jab him, and just stay on the outside the whole time. I think he'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting one because I think there's... I don't think... I mean, have you seen how much Ruiz as the amount of weight he's lost, the shape that he's got back into?
Apparently, it's not that much.
Yeah.
But have you seen body shapes and shit? Sorry, hold on a second. Talking about weight differences, if you're losing fat to gain muscle, your weight difference isn't going to change dramatically. Yeah. But if you look at fucking body shapes from where he was to where he is now, it's insanely different. And I think a lot of people assume that this coming back together is just going to be Joshua walking through it and taking his... But mate, I don't think it's going to be that simple.
Do you think that's going to be... Do you think that's actually going to be beneficial for Ruiz? A man who's fought at that weight and that stature and that amount of body fat for his entire career. You think losing that weight and putting on that muscle is going to be...
It's
a different type of fight for him then?
No,
because he's carrying, because fat doesn't require oxygen to pump through you like muscles do.
Yeah, but fat still fucking weighs you down.
It does, but so does muscle. Like, muscle's heavier than fat.
Like fat will take an amount of a punch for you, but you don't have any fat on your head. So the onny thing that is really going to help.
Tell that to Ruiz.
Is some of the
go get your head. Sorry.
But all of that stuff is like, so I'm a pretty firm believer that it's not a bad thing if you're going to be fighting regularly to have a bit of fat on you.
I agree with that.
You need it for a little bit of the fucking shock absorption, but you also need it for when your muscles get a bit torn and stuff like that. You got a bit of reserves, and it's not bad to have an extra bit of weight in your hands when you're throwing stuff.
You can throw weight around without having to necessarily have the control of the muscle. That's what the extra fat.
And I don't think you need to be super cut to be an elite fighter. I don't think that's in the case at all.
Half the heavyweight division.
Yeah. So look at Dillian White, Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
By the way, Dillian White's been fucking robbed of his chance. By the way, you read about this?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah,
I was going to say but like the lower weight categories, you do have to be a lot more cut because your margins are a lot finer and you have to fit in within a gap.
Everything's about cutting weight.
Yeah, exactly. So it has to be that way. But if you're talking about heavyweights, or if you're talking about like, if you were to have bigger weight categories as well, I don't think you would have to be that finely cut. However, if you're talking between the option of carrying too much weight around realistically or being really cut, you're going to tell me which one is more likely to win in a fight. I'm always going to go with the guy who's more cut.
Does anyone remember the weights that they came in at for that fight? I think Ruiz was 18 something, wasn't he?
No, I think he was 19-1 because he was heavy even for Ruiz.
Yeah.
When he fought Parker, there was like a stone difference.
Really? Ruiz obviously been a heavier man because Parker's.
No, I mean like a stone. Say like when Ruiz fought Parker in 2017 or whatever it was, there was a stone difference between 2017 Ruiz and AJ Ruiz.
Oh, okay. So he was a stone heavier than that.
Yeah, and he'd had a fight about 5 weeks later. So all this shit about Ruiz had a 4-week training camp, that's crap.
Yeah.
Because he fought someone, I forget who, about again probably about 4 weeks before he found out he was fighting Joshua. So he basically just had an extended training camp with a little break in the middle.
So he would, to be fair to him though, he would have been in pretty good shape still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he hadn't had an opportunity to have that downtime.
He came in at 19-1 because he wanted to come in at 19-1.
I saw pictures of Ruiz, and they're saying about his weight loss. Like you said, he might not necessarily have lost weight, but his body fat dropped, and he did look like he'd lost a decent amount of body fat. I just don't know how much that's going to benefit him in the Joshua fight.
Well, AJ's going to come in lighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you're talking about a guy who is literally like the epitome of muscle lean and like being like basically no body fat in the geezer, and someone like Ruiz who's been able to throw his weight around in the heavyweight division, being a smaller fighter in that division, he's had the weight to throw it around. I don't know if cutting the body fat and replacing it for muscle is going to benefit him really in the long run.
But even
especially against someone like AJ,
if he came in at 19,
maybe against another shorter fatter dude, it might help him out. But I don't know against AJ if that's
it's still going to be a big weight difference, man.
Yeah, there's one is still going to be a big weight difference, and two,
there will. He's going to come in at like 18.5 at minimum.
Ruiz.
Yeah,
you're talking about the things as well. If you cut that fat and you add extra size to your muscles, you're talking about increasing your like twitch reflexes. You're talking about increases your actual strength with it as well. And like little things as well, like even if you just took off some of the weight off your stomach and put an amount of it into your legs, the difference between taking a big whack and having solid legs underneath you compared to like tiny legs it sounds fucking silly that we're talking about, but it's massive. Because if you've got a sturdy base, you're not going to have as much of the fucking wobbling around.
Oh, of course not.
Like,
It's easy to put on weight, but it's harder to put on muscle. And if he's dropping weight and trying to gain muscle, we obviously, like you said, we'd expect him, even though muscle is more than fat, probably to come in a bit lighter than he did for his last fight. I don't know.
I'd imagine a little bit lighter.
If the muscle gain that he's had, which isn't going to be at the level he probably needs it to be, is going to do enough for him to beat Joshua. Again, I don't see it personally.
Yeah, but you always get into the into the genetics of fights.
Yeah,
massively.
Of course. But
my prediction will be there'll be a very similar, if not exactly the same, weight difference between the two fighters, but they'll just be lower. I reckon they'll have both lost the same, basically.
I reckon if...
Yeah, Joshua's probably going to want to come out. He's probably going to be quick.
Like basically,
he's going to want to keep him jab.
Joshua was training for ages for Jarrell Miller, who is 21 stone and comfortably comes in at that. So he'd obviously...
He walks around at 21, 22 stone.
Yeah, so he'd have been bulking up to fight Jarrell Miller. And then suddenly he's got Andy Ruiz.
Joshua's always made a point about Wilder, actually, because Wilder's not very heavy. Considering his height, he's not that heavy for a heavyweight. And being, how tall was he? 6'7"? He's giant.
About that, and he comes in at like less than 16
to 15 stone.
Yeah,
like he's light. And I remember watching an interview and they were talking about Wilder to Joshua, and he laughed. He's like, because he said, "Oh, do you reckon Wilder's got the power to knock you out?" And he laughed. He said, "How much does he weigh?" And they were like, "Oh, 15-ish or whatever."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No way." He goes, "A guy that light can't like." He goes, "If I punch him and he punches me," he goes, "I'm knocking him out." That's
dumb.
I don't think it's massive.
That's fucking retarded.
I don't think it's massively dumb. Not when you're talking about
on the face
14
of it,
stone to 18 stone. I don't think it's massively dumb.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
No,
really? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, have you seen what he done to Brazil? Brazil's another 6'7" dude.
No. In this sense of the fact that you're talking about Joshua, not Brazil. You're talking about a better level fighter. Brazil
doesn't matter. He's still a human being.
Yeah,
6'7" heavyweight boxer.
I'm not saying that he couldn't knock him out.
Put to sleep.
I'm not saying he couldn't knock him out. But Wilder is a significantly better fighter than Brazil. But what I'm saying is, do you not think that 4 stone difference is going to, especially when you're talking about the levels that they're both at, which you'd say probably are similar considering where they're ranked?
But you're.
Some people can just punch.
It's different.
Mate.
But hold on a second. Because you're confusing it a bit though, because fundamentally it's the same. It's the same at any rank in a way. So if you take a small guy who knows how to fight and has a solid fucking punch on him, we've all seen countless videos on YouTube and shit where some big guy comes walking over and some little guy sparks him and that's it and he's dropped, right? So if you have the ability to do that at a low weight, there's nothing that stops you from doing that at a big weight. So you talk about, could you do that with that weight difference at that skill category?
Yeah.
That's not really the point. The point is it can happen and it does happen. So then you add in the skill gap. Then all you're talking about is, well, who's going to land a punch? Because if you're going to say, but Wilder at some point is going to hit Joshua...
Yeah.
Then he still has the same percentage chance of knocking him out as fucking anyone else.
I'm not saying 100% agree, but I honestly do believe that that's a fight that Joshua could lose, and I don't really like Wilder as a boxer.
No, I don't like Wilder as a person, but
he could get like Wilder has got.
That's the thing. Wilder is a one-trick pony, but he does his tricks so well. Even against Fury on February 22nd, if that fight goes ahead.
Who, sorry?
Even Wilder Fury, the rematch.
Oh right.
Wilder has a fucking big.
They've signed a contract for that, though, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Fury is currently wrestling in the WWE, so
he won, mate.
Yeah.
So
against Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's a big man, so
he's similar size.
It was like a basic ballroom dance.
I know, mate. So whenever they get celebrities on WWE, it's fucking hilarious.
It actually surprised me how many actual wrestling moves that Tyson Fury put in. Because when you did you see? I
haven't seen the fight.
Did you see Mayweather when he did his cameos? Yeah, WWE. He just did boxing moves and shit.
Yeah.
But Fury actually does wrestling moves in it.
Yeah, but
they bounce off the ropes and just the kicks and shit. And I was like, yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah, but they train. If you get a celebrity who's willing to do it, they train them a lot better with that kind of stuff.
Course, yeah.
And like, because I was watching a thing about it a while ago, but it was someone. There was someone like one of the wrestlers had an issue with a celebrity, and the celebrity came in. But then that was the wrestler who was teaching him how to do the moves. And like, and he was teaching him, and he's like,
"Oh my god, it's 3-0. Sorry."
He's like, because what you got to understand is whether we're
cross as well. It's embarrassing.
Like, we're supposed to hate each other for this thing, but he's like, if you do this move wrong and you fuck me up as a result, he's like, I will do the move seriously to you, and he's like, I'll break your fucking neck. So it's like then getting the guy to do it with him and doing all like the hip toss and like the standard throws.
We all know
teaching him how to do it.
Though, but
yeah, cool.
It's good just to go back to Joshua Ruiz. So because I've said that I think that Joshua's going to win it, and I think he's going to win it not comfortably, but I reckon he's going to make it a boring fight. And
I don't even reckon he has to.
You don't reckon he has to make it boring? You reckon he just wins?
I reckon, like, don't get me wrong, I reckon he's going to go out as normal and try and win, like, he could feasibly win the distance, but again, like, if that's not working for him, don't get me wrong, I think he will switch it up and make it fucking...
So you think it's going to be a comfortable win for Joshua?
Yeah.
What about... You said you weren't too sure.
I was testing out my fucking hair in the mirror.
Joshua Ruiz? Your predictions?
No, I'm doing a you. What?
KSI Joshua.
So what I'm saying, to be fair, whoever loses this one, you just put him in a ring against Logan Paul and KSI.
Yeah, that's one of the big names that everyone's talking about.
Mate, I would pay a lot more than £9 to see both of them go against Joshua. I would find that fucking hilarious. Mate, at the same time,
how many midgets does it take?
I think I don't know how true it is, but I've seen like somewhere on Instagram that Tony Bellew has basically offered that exact thing, like saying that I could do them both.
Mate, of course Bellew would.
He probably could though.
Yeah, no, of course he can, but of course Bellew is the one to be like, yeah, I'll beat up a YouTuber. Like, yeah, I bet you'd beat up your gran if someone paid you, Bellew. Come on.
Scouse, it's fine. He's doing that now anyway. Yeah. Who would you?
I don't know. I mean,
I reckon he wins. Boring or comfortably or not, I reckon he just wins.
I mean, realistically, yeah. Like,
it's hard to imagine. If you're talking
Ruiz about, put it this way: if you're going to try and put a bet on it, whatever your betting odds are, they're always going to be in favour of Joshua. Yeah. And betting odds don't go with who's more popular; they go with what makes them money. Yeah. So it makes sense. It makes sense to take Joshua with it. However, talking about comfortably, I haven't seen a time in a fucking long while now that Joshua hasn't taken where he's taken a big hit and then recovered himself and been able to dominate the fight.
Klitschko was the last time he was taking a big hit and he carried on.
But even that one...
Oh no, he was fucked. Klitschko should have won that fight.
Yeah. No. What he's saying is like Klitschko should have clinched it at that point. Yeah, he should have, because
he knocked Joshua down in the 5th or 6th.
I was going to say I thought it was the 5th.
And then Klitschko basically after that took a round off.
Yeah.
Whereas if he had fucking sense, like, don't get me wrong, the guy's got an actual PhD.
Yeah.
But everyone, like, even now, I think he said Vitali told him to take a round off because Joshua was going to gas out anyway.
Yeah.
That's apparently what went down.
Probably not great advice, I don't know.
I reckon.
Yeah, so like that, Vitali blames it. Vitali said, like, I fucked up. I should have told Vladimir to go for it and finish off Joshua. But Vladimir should have gone on for it and finished off Joshua.
But I'm
glad Joshua won that.
No. But that's all by the by. What we're talking about is even in that one, I reckon Klitschko should have finished it when he had the chance.
But we can agree that Joshua came back from being knocked. That was a bad knockdown.
Like, but that's like
that he took
that's after.
Yeah, but that's not making a mistake. That's like speeding round fucking corners and like driving like a reckless cunt and then being like, oh yeah, but I've never crashed, so technically I'm actually a really safe driver. And it's like, nah, it just means that you haven't had that situation.
I'm not saying that he's going to make some great recovery again if it happens. I'm just saying that is an example of when he has done it.
No. But what I'm saying is, in my book, that's not a proper example of it, because if you would have put him up against fucking any other 10 boxers, I reckon the other 9 would have gone fucking wild in that round.
What you're saying
as I say, even Vitali saying, I should have told him to go for it. Like, everyone knows that if they would have gone for it, I don't think Joshua would have stood up. Now, obviously, anyone who takes a fucking bad whack is always going to have a trouble recovering.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen Joshua recover quick enough at a heavyweight class that it's noticeable.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Like, I don't think his
because
chin...
no one's really hurt him.
Yeah. And that's
when
fine.
he has been hurt, he's crumbled.
But look at how many boxers go through their career with an iron chin, don't get knocked out, don't get knocked down. They're fucking solid. Obviously, I'm not saying that about Joshua been knocked down, but they go through their career and they are solid. Then they get one person who rocks them, takes them down and knocks them out, and after that they have a fucking glass chin and anything that hits them sends them down immediately.
Yeah, to be fair, you are right actually.
So what I'm saying is, just because people hadn't hurt him before, there's nothing to say that they aren't going to hurt him now. And when they do hurt him, I'm not convinced that his powers of recovery are going to be quick enough before he takes the second one that then does knock him down.
So prediction for Ruiz?
Well, as I say, if I was putting money on it, I'd put it on Joshua.
Yeah.
I think Joshua's going to do it, but that's like he has trouble with small fighters as well. Povetkin gave him hell for 3 rounds. Yeah, not hell, but like that's a bit of an exaggeration. Povetkin gave him problems for 3 rounds.
He put up a good fight for 3 rounds. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, if I was putting money on it
as well.
Yeah, if he's on the undercard. That would be a good fight, Povetkin Hunter.
Because you showed me the promo picture for Povetkin Hunter, and I said Povetkin looks like he's eating another Povetkin. Like, he looks really fat in that picture for some reason.
Yeah, it's because he's not on drugs anymore.
He's been like, oh shit, they call Miller, I should probably stop.
But yeah, I reckon like
Povetkin has left the group chat.
If I was due to fight Wilder in 2014 in Russia.
Really?
Yeah, because Wilder couldn't get any fights in America, so it was a defence of his WBC title, but it was going to be in Russia, and Povetkin got called out on steroids.
Wow. What do you reckon about